All right, let's talk Pi Network because something big is happening. They're making two massive moves at once that could, honestly, change the game. We're talking about a huge global expansion and a major tech leap forward. So let's dive in and break down what this all means for the network.
Okay, first up, let's just talk about the sheer scale of this thing. The Pi Network community, it's officially blown up, spreading to over 200 countries and regions. I mean, that's some serious global reach right there. But, and this is the cool part, that's only half the story.
So, while they're growing this massive user base, they're also taking this huge step forward with the technology itself. What the network can actually do. This isn't just a small tweak. We're talking about a major upgrade that could open the door to a whole new ecosystem. And this big tech leap, it has a name. Protocol version 23. Now, this is an update that's in the testing phase right now, and its whole purpose is to bring some seriously powerful new features to the entire network. So let's start with that first piece. How on earth did Pi manage to build a community that spans the globe? I mean, getting a foothold in over 200 countries is no joke. And it really all boils down to one simple core idea. This quote right here, it really hits the nail on the head. Pi's global growth wasn't some happy accident. Nope, it was completely intentional, a direct result of their core mission, to make crypto accessible to everybody. Not just the tech gurus, not just the people with a ton of money to invest, but for, regular folks. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. Look, on one side, you've got traditional crypto. You often need expensive, power-sucking mining rigs, and let's be honest, you need to be pretty tech-savvy. But then you look at Pi's approach. What do you need? A simple app on the smartphone you already have in your pocket. That's it. This super low barrier to entry, that's the secret sauce. That's the engine that powered this whole global expansion. Okay, so you've got this massive global community. What's next? Well, you build on it with powerful new technology. So now let's peel back the curtain and look inside Protocol version 23, because this, my friends, is where things get really interesting. The heart of this whole upgrade is something called smart contracts. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but the idea is actually pretty simple. Think of it like a digital vending machine. You put your money in, which in this case is data or value, and it automatically spits out your soda, the thing you agreed to get. There's no person in the middle. It's just a way to automate agreements and trust, all right there on the blockchain. Okay, great. Smart contracts, vending machines, but what does that actually mean? What can you really do with these new tools on the Pi network? What doors does this actually open for people? Well, the big answer is DeFi. That stands for decentralized finance. And it's basically what it sounds like, a whole financial system. We're talking exchanges, lending, creating new assets that can run completely on the blockchain. No banks, no traditional middlemen needed. And this is what's so cool. It's not just a theory. They're already testing these tools out. On the testnet, developers can already start building things like decentralized exchanges for direct peer-to-peer trading. They can create these automated liquidity pools to make trading super efficient, and they can even build their own custom tokens right on top of the Pi network. It's literally a toolkit for building a whole new economy. All right, so let's connect the dots here. We've got these two huge things happening, the massive global community and this powerful new tech. And what's wild is that they're both fueled by the exact same simple foundational idea. It really is a brilliant chain reaction when you think about it. It all started with this clear goal from the Stanford PhDs who founded it: make crypto easy for everyone. And the method? It couldn't be simpler. Just press a button on an app once a day. That simple action built this giant global community. And now, that community is the perfect group to test out and eventually use all these new DeFi features. The simplicity is what made the scale possible in the first place. So with all this exciting stuff being tested, the question on everyone's mind is, obviously, when do we get it? When will these features be live for everyone on the main network? Let's take a look at the road ahead. Now, the team is being really careful and methodical here. They're taking a phased approach. They're moving step by step through different testnet phases. You can think of these like public rehearsals or beta tests. They're making sure everything is rock solid and stable before they even think about rolling it out to the live mainnet, which is, the final version that everyone will use. So if you look at the current progress and listen to what the community and crypto media are saying, the general consensus, the best guess, is that this full mainnet upgrade for Protocol 23 could land somewhere between the last quarter of 2025 and the first quarter of 2026. But, and this is super important to underline, that is just an estimate. It's based on what people outside the project are seeing. The PiCore team themselves have not given an official date. Why? Because their number one priority is getting the technology perfect, not hitting some arbitrary deadline. For them, it's all about stability and security first.
And all of this really brings us to a final really interesting question. When you combine a network of millions of people all over the world, built on something as simple as a mobile app, and then you add in these powerful tools like smart contracts and DeFi, what do you get? Well, Pi Network is basically asking us, what if the future of crypto, the key to true mass adoption, isn't about complex mining rigs and technical know-how? What if it's been in our pockets this whole time?